about the issues that I'm working on for them, the issues that they face, and it's a really important way for me to be able to communicate with my constituents, and all of you are part of the team that helps me to do that. So I wanted to be able to bring all of you together and to say a thank you, to share some food with all of you so that we can all relax, have a conversation, but most of all for me to get over to all of you how vital your support is for me as your Member of Parliament to be able to do my job. We would not be able to function without it. My office team is fantastic, but to get 20,000 direct mail letters out to people across Ladywood constituency, you always need help from others, and you are the people that provide that for me, and I'm really very, very grateful. So first, a round of applause to all of you for your efforts. Secondly, I suppose it's very hard to be a Labour Member of Parliament and not maybe just say a few words about the current position that the Labour Party finds itself in. Obviously, things are not going well for us, and there will be different views in this room about who's to blame. There will be different views in this room about who everybody supports. As we have this tussle about where our party goes in the future. Yes, we have Jeremy Corbyn supporters over here, ladies and gentlemen. But as your Member of Parliament, as a Labour candidate selected by Labour Party members in this constituency, but actually as an MP representing a wide range of people of all different political views, I'm very clear that whatever your views, we have to be able to have a conversation with each other that is respectful and that is not about declaring which side you're on as if you're one against the other. I have never been a person who thinks that in the Labour Party we are against each other within the Labour Party. Fundamentally, I see the Labour Party as a family. And in a family, you can have some pretty big rows, but basically at the end of the day, you're all still family. And you accept that you're all family. Yeah. And that's how I see the Labour Party as well. It's okay to have a row, and sometimes your most passionate disagreements are with people that are in your own family. But in the end, you always come together because you can't get rid of your family. And that's how I feel about the Labour Party. And that's why I'm also very, very clear that even though I do not personally support Jeremy Corbyn, and I would like to see a change of leadership in my party, the fact of the matter is, once we have the result, we move on. It's okay to still continue to disagree with one another, but it must be done respectfully, and it must be done with an understanding that at the end of the day, regardless of what position you take on internal politics, we are all Team Labour. And I know that that's a message because I know so many of you personally, and I've known you all over the 6 years that I've been an MP, and even from before I became your MP, I know that that is something that all of you care about deeply, because whenever we have agreed or disagreed, when the phone call comes to say, can you help us get a delivery out, each one of you always says, yes, of course, I will do my bit. And I know you're all Team Labour, and we will all always be Team Labour. So I know it's easy to be maybe despondent or angry or frustrated or unsure about what our future is as a political party, but I am very, very clear the Labour Party is here to stay, and we are all going to carry on being Team Labour together. So I hope that just provides you all with a bit of reassurance in what I think is quite a trying time for all of us. And I know you also all will set a fantastic example of being friendly with one another, even when we have disagreements. So the only other thing left to do is for all of us to have some food. And I won't stand between you and your lunch any longer. So we have a couple of our little food stations set up over here. So Sarah is on the hot drinks. So she's making teas for everybody. And then what we would like is people to go table by table. I always say this and it never actually happens, so I don't much mind how you'll proceed up to the table. But if we start from over here... Oh, okay, fine, excellent. We're going to start from over here, and we're just going to work from this side of the table over to the other side. Ravina and Salma and a couple of others will help serve, and then once you've all got food, then we've got soft drinks over, and Papa's on the soft drinks table. Thank you very much, Papa. And then once we've all got food and we're all eating, I will make sure I come round and say thank you to all of you individually. I've already had lots of conversations with all of you individually, but I will come round and be able to speak to you all. Just two last things. Baba has in his hands the sign-in sheet. If you haven't signed in yet, please make sure you do, and he's probably going to come around and ask you all again, even if you've already been asked 3 times. So please don't mind if he does that. He's doing it because I asked him to, because I want to make sure we know everybody who came today. And finally, I just want to give a really special shout out to my 2 youngest leafleters who are here today, Asfad and Jahar, 12 years old and 8 years old. They're over there now. They're hiding their faces now because they're very shy. But I'm really pleased they came because their mum is one of my regular students. And they always help her with her leaflet round. So I'm really, really pleased they're here, and I'm really pleased you're all able to thank them. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.